Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of the Las Vegas Athletics franchise here on MLB The Show 24. As today it's rivalry week here in Las Vegas, so we'll start off with the 25-34 Las Vegas Athletics playing host to the 30-32 San Francisco Giants in a rivalry that's been dating back for some time when both these teams were in the Bay. Formerly known as the Bay Bridge Series, but now in recent terms has become known as the Interstate 80 Series. So we'll see how this one turns out. If you're excited for it, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content, as Robbie Francisco will get the start for the Athletics. He's been a lot better in his last 4 starts. A 2.82 ERA through that span. He starts today, begging the leadoff man C.J. Abrams to fly out to right. And we'll take a look at this Giants lineup. Tyler O'Neill up next in right field, followed by Hammer Lombalo, the DH, Wyatt Langford in left, Blake Sable, the catcher, Wilmer Flores at first, Nick Senzel at third, Dylan Carlson at center, and David VR in the 9-hole and second base. Here is Tyler O'Neill. The former Red Sox came over on a 3-year, $34.8 million contract in the offseason as the Giants try to keep pace with the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks, and now the Padres out in the NL West, and O'Neill will fly out in foul territory. That'll bring up Hammer Lombalo, the 2025 NL Rookie of the Year, who's been great this season, looking like an MVP, but he flies out for a 1-2-3 first. On the mound for the Giants will be Mason Black, making his 13th start of the season. Been pretty up and down for the righty. And Bryson Stott, the former Philly, will lead off for the Athletics, and he'll swing at a changeup low for strikeout number 1. Robbie Martin in the 2 spot today for the A's, the former Georgia Bulldog and number 4 overall pick back in 2024. As with an 0-2, he'll also go down on the low changeup, so Black strikes out the first 2 to begin the ballgame. That'll bring up Tyler Soderstrom, and he will draw a walk. So Soderstrom, playing a little bit better the past couple of weeks, will take first base, and that'll bring up the former Cub, Kevin Alcantara, with an 0-1. Chopper over to first, deflected by Flores, and that will be out number 3. We'll go to the top of the second, back with the Giants. Wyatt Langford leads off for San Fran, 247 on the season. He has an 0-2 pitch here from Francisco, and he looks at strike 3. Fastball gets him inside. First K of the day for Robbie will bring up Blake Sable, actually Wilmer Flores, 2 batters later after Sable would ground out. And Flores with 2 down would fly this one to center, and through 2 innings, Francisco has been perfect. Bottom 2, here's Ryan Noda now up for the Athletics, 234, a couple of clutch hits to his name this season. Has a hitter's count here with the 2-1, fastball down the middle, lifts it into left, but it will die out to be caught by Wyatt Langford for out number 1. That'll bring up Daniel Susac getting the catcher start today. He's gotten a lot more at-bats the past couple of weeks, but he swings and misses here at a fastball high. 2 down now for the Athletics will bring up their 7-hole hitter, and he would ground out. So going to the top of the 3rd, here's Nick Senzel leading off for the Giants, and he gets plunked, but he swung. Are we going to forget the fact that the bat crossed the plate? So he takes first base. That'll bring up David VR 2 batters later with 1 out. And he looks at strike 3, so Francisco counters by getting the next 2 batters out. Now this has to finish the inning against C.J. Abrams, who flew out to right to begin the ball game. 1-2 pitch here, and he'll chop this over to first, so the hit by pitch doesn't cost the Athletics, as they're still scoreless. Bottom 3, here's Clark Elliott in the 8-hole today. Both teams hitless thus far, and with a 3-2, he swings through a nice slider down and in for out number 1. Rounding out the Athletics lineup will be Elliot Ramos, who leads the team with 10 home runs this season, hitting 209. 1-0 pitch here to the left fielder, and he gets a high slider. Hits it well into right, but again, it just dies out. This team has just not made good contact the past couple of weeks. It seems like everything is just weakly hit places. Stott in the top of the lineup now will draw a walk. Second walk of the day for Black, and that'll bring up Robbie Martin, who struck out to begin his day. First pitch here, high fastball, but again, just weakly flown into right. And both teams still hitless through 3 innings. We go to top 4. Tyler O'Neill leads off for the Giants, and there's the first hit of the ball game. A grounder into left field where Ramos will corral it. That's a leadoff single for the Giants. That'll bring up Hammer Lombalo up next to the full count, and he rips this one to right. That is a Lombalo. That's a 2-run shot for Hans Hammer Lombalo, the Netherlands native, playing over there in Europe in the Super Mega League, one of the more touted international free agents in recent years. He's been a part of the Giants, and he's playing like an MVP this season. He's got them up 2-0. Garrett Whitlock later will come into this ballgame, the former Toronto Blue Jay, in relief for Robbie Francisco, who went 5 innings, gave up 2 earned. Decent day overall. As we go 7th inning now, Whitlock strikes out Flores to begin his afternoon. And that'll bring up Nick Senzel. 2-2 to him, and he also goes down on the slur. Whitlock with a couple of nice strikeouts to begin his afternoon. He will not strike out Carlson, but he'll at least get him to ground out to Stada. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Garrett Whitlock. Still, though, a 2-0 game as we go bottom 7. The Athletics offense non-existent really today. Just 2 hits to their name. And here's another strikeout on Ryan Noda. Daniel Susac now up next. He's struck out twice today. He will not strike out here. He'll just take a fastball and just weakly hit it into the outfield. How many times are we going to hit the ball 60 off the bat in this game? Somebody please hit the ball. And it will not be Jacob Wilson as he strikes out to end the 7th. A.J. Puck will then come in relief for the Athletics. The former Cardinal will come in the 8th inning. He'll inherit what is 2 on with nobody outs. And Tyler O'Neill up first, who hits it well into center, where Alcantara will make the grab, but the Giants will tag the runner on second. So Puck trying to get out of this jam that Whitlock put us in. He's got the first out. Now he's got Longballo, hits it into center. This one should be caught, but the distance on that will allow the runner to tag and score, and it's now 3-0 Giants. Trying to get out of the inning is Blake Sabol up next, and with a runner on first base, 0-1 counts, and he will hit this right over to first, where it will be caught. So 3-0 now. We go top 9. Blake Sabol up next. Sorry, I said it was him in the last inning. It was actually Wyatt Langford. And he will walk to begin the inning. And that'll bring up Wilmer Flores with a single back in the 4th. 2-0 pitch here to the first baseman. He hits this one well to the left. And this one is out of here. A 2-run shot for the Giants. Wilmer Flores will add to the lead. It's now 5-0 San Francisco off his 4th home run. Then our pitching staff continues to struggle with the long ball. While we can't hit the ball worth a dang, the opposing team always tends to nuke balls off of us. Bottom 9, Mason Black still on the mound with 1 out here in the 9th. And finally we make perfect contact. It's been a while since I've seen and heard that sound. It's going to be a 1-out double for Tyler Soderstrom. And that will actually do it for Mason Black. He will not have the chance to complete the complete game, as he is pulled in place for Jason Foley, the former Detroit Tiger, out of the pen with a 5-run lead. Even though it's a 7 ERA, he's got the run support and he only needs 2 outs. First batter he'll face will be Kevin Alcantara, who swings at a sinker perfectly on the corner. And now the game will come down to the 5-hole hitter and Ryan Noda. 1-1 pitch to Noda here, high sinker, but again, look at the exit speed. 67 as this one's flying out to the left, and that will do it. The Giants will win game 1 of this 3-game set by a final score of 5-0. And an honestly embarrassing game for the offense. It didn't matter what happened, what pitch they were given. They were either swinging and missing or they're hitting the ball 60 miles an hour off the bat. Pretty frustrating, honestly. 3 hits is not good at all, especially against a pitcher like Mason Black. And Francisco actually played pretty decent. He just got the loss because the offense decided to not show up today, as Mason Black is also your player of the game. So that's game 1 of this 3-game set. And we also get the notification that Anthony Bender was claimed off waivers by the Cubs. I did not expect him to get claimed off waivers. I was actually going to call him back up to the Major League level because we need some more help in the bullpen, and I was going to give him another shot. But that will no longer be the case because he is now with Chicago. Game 2, we win 3-2 in the 10th. A 2-run walk-off homer by Bryson Stott sent us home happy in a game where, again, the offense was not overly that impressive. On the Tuesday game of the week, the Cardinals will beat the Padres 6-5. 2 teams battling for playoff spots in the National League do battle. St. Louis leads the NL Central. And this is a big win to help them out. We lose, though, game 3 4-2, so we dropped the series against San Fran. Jordan Diaz went yard, and a good performance from him, while Mackenzie Gore continued to be somewhat meh. The trade around the league, the Diamondbacks will acquire Jhonkensy Noel from the Guardians for Yohan Moncada, and I like this trade for both teams. These are 2 teams that met in the World Series last year, and they're trading players that just need a new change of scenery. Moncada's actually been with the Diamondbacks for 4 years, but hasn't really played a whole lot thanks to injury. So he gets a new start in Cleveland, and Noel gets a new start in Arizona, not having a good 2028. Second half of the episode will stay with our rivals as we'll stay at home, now at 26-36 to play host to the 28-35 Los Angeles Angels here at Athletics Park in Las Vegas, Nevada. The bottom two teams in the AL West will do battle in this three-game set as hopefully our offense could get some more consistency and hopefully our pitching staff could also do the same. Speaking of pitching staff, on the mound for the A's will be Ken Waldichuk, not having a good season, but at least his ERA is under 6, now at a 5.92. Leading off for the Angels will be the former Mariner Alberto Rodriguez to lead off, hitting .346. The now new center fielder for the Angels, but he'll begin the day by going down swinging on a sweeping curve. Nick Maton up next, the third baseman for the Angels, hitting .309 on the season. 1-2 pitch to him, and he will hit this one into left field where it will go down for a base hit. Man, 93 off the bat. That must be nice to see. Mike Trout up next has officially made the move over to right field full-time for the Angels. Leads the team currently with 15 home runs, but he goes down on a nice slurve, and Waldichuk's got that pitch looking well in the early portions of this game. Pete Alonso up next. The polar bear will pop it up into foul territory where it should be caught. And the Athletics will get through the first with no issue. On the mound for the Angels will be the righty Tanner Bibby, 4.75 ERA. Again, another player and another pitcher we should get some offense off of if we can just hit the ball well. Well, Bryson Stott will start off with a slider down the middle, and he just ropes it right to the right fielder where it's caught. That's a tough way to start the ball game. As we'll take a look at the Athletics lineup. Same lineup that we just saw in the game against the Giants, so not really going to touch on much here. Other than we need somebody to step up. The highest average in the lineup is .268. Robbie Martin, speaking of average, has always been a good average hitter. Now only hitting .236 though, because he's going to swing and miss on the slider perfectly on the corner. So 2 down now for the A's. Tyler Soderstrom up next. Fastball down the middle, and he can't catch up to it. It's a 1-2-3 for Bibby. Top 2 now. Logan O'Hoppe will lead off for the Angels, as their catcher has a 2-2 count of his own, and he gets a fastball high. Hits it well to left as Ramos will go back on the line, but it's caught for out number 1. Zach Neto, the Gold Glover, will then step up to the plate. Bat's starting to come around, which is good for his game. 2-1 pitch here to the shortstop, and he'll hit this one through the infield for a base hit. Look at that, a 96-mile-an-hour grounder. Why can't we do something like that? So he's on first base, and he likes to run. Waldichuk will throw a pick off the first, and we actually get Neto leaning. I think it's the first time I've ever successfully completed a pickoff move. So I'll pat myself on the back for that one, and then Ward would also be out. So we'll go into the third now, where Ernie Kim will lead off for the Angels, but he will rip this one to center, and this game's not tied anymore. A solo home run for Ernie Kim, the number 6 overall pick back in 2024 by the Royals at the time. Same draft that Robbie Martin was in. We went with Martin instead of Kim. Both players had a pretty good career, but Kim has made us pay once more with a solo shot here in the third. So that'll bring up Evan White, hitting .077 on the season with 1 home run. And if you remember, that 1 home run was against us, of course. 2-2 here to him, and he'll chop this over to second, where Stott will make the play. So at least we put out one of the lowest hitting average players in baseball. Pete Alonso now in the fourth, as with 1 down, he'll single into left. So as we go a little further, Waldichuk was able to get to the third, and now he has 1 on here in the fourth. Well, Hoppe then goes down with the changeup. Nice pitch by Waldichuk trying to strand the runner, as it'll bring up Zach Neto, who singled back in the second. Got a pitcher's count here in this one with an 0-1, but Neto will rip it into left, and this one will get down. In more trouble here in the fourth, as this one will be an RBI double for Neto. That's now back-to-back innings where the Angels have been able to score, and again the pitching just continues to be inconsistent. Next up is Taylor Ward with a full count pitch, and he draws a walk. So Waldichuk not out of the inning yet. He's got 2 on, and it's Ernie Kim, who just went deep off of us in the last inning. Please don't give him anything over the middle this time. Well, he's got a 1-2 pitch here, and he will swing at the low fastball. Thankfully, Noto will put him away at first base. How about top 5 now? 1 down for Alberto Rodriguez, and he'll golf this one into right center. A good pitch by Waldichuk, but sometimes it doesn't matter against the computer, because that's going to be a 1-out triple for Rodriguez, his first triple of his career, as he's safely into third base. So now Nick Maton up next, just has to put the ball in play, will essentially score him. And he'll do that as he hits it into center field where it will be caught. That is a deep fly ball, so that should be deep enough to score the run, and it will. So it's now 3-0 Angels. And Waldachuk, after 5 innings, would be pulled as Garrett Whitlock now in for the Athletics. 5 innings, 3 earned for Waldachuk, a pretty not-so-good day. We'll see how Whitlock does in the 6th. Starts off with Pete Alonso. There's a good pitch. Slurve runs away for him, strikes him out. Logan O'Hoppe up next will draw ball 4 on 4 straight pitches. That's not a good at-bat. That'll bring up Zach Neto, 2 for 2 on the day, and he'll finally get his first out here as he pops this one up into deep center field where it will be caught for out number 2 by Kevin Alcantara. So trying to finish off the inning against Taylor Ward, got him on a 1-2 count, and Whitlock plunks him in the back because of course he does. So now 2 on, and it's Ernie Kim at the plate. And the first pitch he sees, he will rip this one into the outfield. We give him a sinker right down the middle, and he rips it for a 3-run shot. 6-0 Angels, and honestly at this point, I was just so frustrated that I actually quick managed the rest of the game because I did not feel like playing this game any longer. That's how much of a boiling point we have reached with this athletic squad, and we would lose this game 7-2. In Game 1 of this series as the team, and I think General Manager Mr. Rob has reached 212 degrees finally. 5 hits for the offense. Again, another game where despite good contact, nothing was happening for the offense. Just frustration, man. I've started to get to the point where I don't know how much more longer I could take with this athletic squad. Like, I get losing games, but like if I'm hitting the ball well and making good contact and I still get out consistently, like, what else am I supposed to do? There's a big series this weekend between the Yankees and the Guardians, the top 2 teams in the American League, so we'll focus on this one. The Yankees win Game 1 6-5, and then we will make a roster move, calling Richie Veek back up to the majors. I know he hasn't played a lot with the big league club, but he continues to hit well, so I think he deserves opportunities, and we'll send Tyler Freeman down to AAA as long as he clears waivers. Game 2, we do win 5-2 over the Angels, so that's a good win at least, able to get to Emerson Hancock. And we hit 3 home runs in this game, something we usually don't do that consistently. In the second game between the Yankees and the Guardians, Cleveland will win it 6-0, winning the series against the Yankees, and what could be an ALCS preview. Game 3 for us, the rubber matchup, we lose. So again, we lose the series. We now sit 27-38 on the season. The pitching really struggled. The offense only mustered 4 hits. I don't really know what else to do with this team. There's a trade around the league. It's a smaller one between the Diamondbacks and the Twins. You can see it on your screen. And that'll bring us to the end of this episode. And I have to really look myself in the mirror with this team because I've started to get to the point where I haven't really been enjoying this series the past couple of weeks. Ever since we picked it back up, it just hasn't really hit the same. And just games and episodes like this, they do a lot for me in terms of my motivation for this series and for playing this game, because there was at one point this was my favorite game to play, and just it hasn't felt like that. And couple that with the fact that this game is a year and a half old, we're 166 episodes in, and we've never even come close to sniffing the playoffs, kind of really takes a toll. So I'm going to take the next couple of days to kind of really think about what I want to do with this series. I don't want to necessarily just shelve it and end it, because I want to see at least this year through, but I don't know if I can physically and mentally do that for myself. So let me know in the comments section below, what do you think of this series? Think about what the A's are doing. I know it sucks that, it's come to this point, but it's just the way it is. So I'm rambling a little bit, so I want to at least cut it here. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more athletics content, because we'll see what happens. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.